You still don't want your cans? You're going canless today, big dog? No cans for the boy, huh? No cans for the kid? Just Mr. No Cans over here. Looks like it's a solo James podcast. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck, it's just me with the cans, David with no cans. Fucking, I also got some fucking real cans too. Big old milkers on me. What's your favorite word for boobs? Is it milkers? Is milkers just number one? There's no way that there can be a better.
Milkers,
tatas, cans, jugs.
boobies. I like that word.
Boobies, jugs.
Before,
Jugs is good.
Before we went on these, got this bitch going.
Diglets.
We do this little thing to test out the mics to make sure everything's recording.
Whoa! you're about to get me canceled, dude.
No. I mean, the thing is that we do. It's a little story. We throw little racial slurs in there and
or homophobia
or anything. Some just little.
Not always racial. They're just bigot.
Anything
bigotry
that you shouldn't say.
Yeah.
We throw it in there just to
test the mics.
Get the juices flowing.
Yeah.
Get us dialed in.
Just really dial it.
And I told you about this podcast type thing, audio recording for my friend Jackson that he was doing for school. Mm-hmm. So to test the mics, I told him that little story, and he was like, "Throw a little N-bomb in there. Let's get it going, right?" To do the mic test, and I was like, I just can't give up the control of me saying the N-word to somebody like that.
Yeah.
I feel fine putting it into my computer.
Yes. Because you have full creative control.
Right. If that gets out, it's because I want people. I want
people to know that I'm saying it a bunch.
Yeah. I
want people to know that I'm gaming with the bros.
Yeah. I want me to put it down.
I had to explain that to my parents, or not my parent, my entire family.
Yeah.
Not just my parents, my brothers, except for Adam.
Yeah.
He's the only person
who got it.
Well, I said, I for some reason we brought up somebody saying the N-word. Oh, it was Morgan Whalen, and I told him the story how he's just gaming.
Yeah.
And I had to explain to them what gamer words are, and then the N-word and any type of racial slur or the F word,
sure,
are just gamer words.
Yeah, that's what I don't know why, but it did. Maybe because your face isn't associated with it.
Well, no, it's like
anonymous.
Xbox.
Yeah.
It really stems from Xbox Live parties,
or people, PlayStation parties. Sure.
No.
Okay, Xbox specifically is the racist one. Yeah. PlayStation, everybody's just cool, calm, and collected. Mm-hmm. Same thing with on
bunch
the
of libtards playing on the PlayStation.
I know, they're all about
bunch of
free healthcare.
Bunch of fucking socialists over there. Those fuckers. But yeah.
How do they take it? The gamer words.
They wanted me to not call them gamer words and just say them. They wanted me to start screaming.
What do you mean by the N word? I don't know what you mean.
Say it. We impressed one of our friends a lot the other day, and this probably floats.
Both of us?
Yes, this probably floats past you like nothing even happened.
That's not true. We didn't. There's nobody.
We impressed somebody a lot.
No, that's not true. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Mike came over.
Yeah.
Do you know what we told him that he just believed?
No.
You had gotten cousins.
Okay.
And I go, "You got cousins without me?" And then you go, "Yeah, of course." I was like, "But you normally save the ends for me."
Oh, right.
And you go, "Yeah, they're in the fridge." In front of Mike.
Yeah.
And Mike goes, "You guys are a married couple."
Yeah.
I go, "Well, he doesn't like the ends and I do like the ends."
Yeah.
So and we didn't skip a beat. And then I go, "And if he eats a normal sandwich, he doesn't like the crust, so I eat that for him too."
Yeah.
But he mainly has Uncrustables.
Yeah.
And I go, "And also if I don't finish my fries, he has the rest of them for me."
Yeah.
Which is a truth.
Sure.
That's a true thing that I threw in there. And he was like, "Oh, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, they do all this." So in his mind,
he didn't believe that.
We brushed over it so quick, and it was just back and forth. And because you, without any hesitation, said, "Yeah, it's in the fridge." Yeah. Which is funny because he could have just went into the fridge and just seen that there was no sandwiches.
Yeah, I mean, nothing in the fridge but alcohol.
Yeah, nothing but leftover pizza and alcohol in that fridge ever. That's all it is. Boxes of pizza and fucking couple brewskis.
Speaking of that guy, I'm getting a haircut from your guys' new barber. Mm-hmm. So I now I asked him, hey, how do I get a haircut through this guy? Like, can I get his number? And he's like, don't worry, I'll pencil you in. I'll schedule you. So now I'm going through him to go to the guy. Why do I need a middleman? Like, why couldn't I just get?
Because it's low key haircut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like prohibition. You know how like people weren't allowed to drink back then, and you had to like go to like.
I'm not allowed to get the barber's number.
What are those things called? Like safe rooms or whatever.
Oh, a speakeasy.
Speakeasy. That's what it was. Yeah, it's like a speakeasy because of COVID. It's a speakeasy haircut place.
There was part of me in my life that wants a speakeasy. Like in like my last house is. But then I'm like, that's like gonna be behind a bookcase, and it's not gonna be like part. Realistically, wherever I end up living, let's say I live in an area that doesn't have basements. Yeah, I want a basement just for a basement bar because like that's just how Midwesterns do it.
What you do then is you build a staircase to your second floor. Yeah, and there's no entrance to your bottom floor, so that way the bottom floor is actually just the basement.
Oh, I guess I could just fill that also. Like, just get a hill, put dirt all over it, force a basement.
Well, I mean, you could, or you just, like I said, you just have no entrance to the first floor.
If I'm building my house, right, and like, let's say, what are places that don't have basements? It's New York? It's like non-tornado places, right? Tornadoes, you need basements, generally speaking.
I think they're like all. I mean, I guess like
no earthquake places. So like, California doesn't have a basement, right?
Really?
I think, right?
That might be true, yeah. I don't know.
So, like...
I only know basements.
Basement? Yeah, right, because we're in, like, Tornado Alley. Yeah. I mean, we're at, like, the top of it, but we're in, you know, like, Ohio is... Midwest is generally a Tornado Alley kind of thing.
Is
so
it
that's
because
why
of tornadoes, or is it because we don't have earthquakes?
It's like the chicken laid the egg kind of conundrum.
Is it?
You know?
I mean, all I'm saying is, like, if I don't have a basement... where am I going to jerk off?
That being said, right? Mm-hmm. I think that earthquake shit is kind of bullshit because, like, Elon Musk is making tunnels under California. Yeah. And he was saying some shit like earthquakes don't really fuck up anything because they kind of all move together.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't believe in earthquakes now?
No, it's not that I don't believe in earthquakes. It's that, like, I guess they don't fuck tunnels up. Or at least he's not concerned about it.
That's weird.
Also, he was on SNL. Did you watch any of it?
No. Did you?
No.
I watched the Chad skit.
Yeah, I watched a bit of it. Yeah. I never liked the Chad skits, so like...
Yeah, it was like whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always just fine. I mean, I get it. It's like...
Dogecoin, goofy. You know, dipped.
Yeah.
People were like, yeah, fuck them.
I don't understand because... What is up with this new age of people where they're just like, I'm not going to associate with this guy. I fucking hate him. Because, like, there was this whole thing going on. But also, I don't know if anybody did.
Well, if billionaires are bad and people don't like billionaires.
Who cares?
That's what people, that's what it is, right?
Who cares?
I had a friend, and I understand his take, but I disagree with it. His take is that, like...
Who?
I don't want to say.
Okay.
I'm not going to just say it. Essentially, he's saying that in order to become a billionaire, you need to, like, harm people, like, in, like, a humanitarian aspect. Okay. Like, you need to cut corners that always affects people in a negative way. Like, essentially...
or you invent PayPal.
Right. Self-driving cars.
Yeah, I mean,
but
for sure.
he was saying that there is no feasible way to get to the billionaire without, like, affecting people, like the peeing in bottles at Amazon, right? Something like that is always going to be happening, or like trying to stop unionization. Okay. So he's saying that, like, people being billionaires doesn't equal evil, but to get to that point, generally they do shitty stuff.
But also, to be fair, I couldn't.
But I don't really. I don't agree with that point.
I couldn't make it out of high school without harming people.
Exactly.
Like, I was bullying people, and I wasn't even going to the top. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, that guy went to the top.
I'll be evil without $1 billion.
Yes.
I got no issue with that.
Like, I will be bad without it.
Yeah.
You know, their goal is they're shooting for the stars, and you know, along the way you got to push down some planets. You know
I'll push down some heads. I'll step on people's heads to get nowhere.
Yeah, I will literally crowd surf fucking over a valley.
And people step on people's heads to go up.
Yeah.
We stay lateral,
yeah,
baby.
Lateral. We're plateauing. we're plateauing right over fucking people's heads. boop, 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 and I will keep those people down too. And if they try to like climb up a ladder or something, pull them right back down.
This Dogecoin thing got me thinking is that I love your Dogecoin story so much.
Why?
Because anytime Dogecoin gets brought up, you will go into like, God damn it, I literally had the money, I spent it, and my bank shut it down, right? Mm-hmm. And you will say like, I could have got in at, what is it, 0.01 cents?
0.8 of a cent.
Right. And you're like, man, I could have had it.
You know why I bring it up so much is because it's in front of those people. It's like the horny boys.
Okay.
The horny boys, that's all they talk about in the group chat. Nonstop is Dogecoin, as if like they were like, but I've known about it for like 2 years. I didn't give a fuck.
And Tyler Voss and I love it because we're like, you could have done it still. Like,
yeah,
okay, so like you bought it and your bank was like, this is fraudulent. Mm-hmm. And then that was the end of it.
No, I don't. No, the first time it didn't even give me like a fraudulent claim.
Oh, no.
It was just like, oh, we don't associate with your bank.
Robinhood wouldn't connect to which bank?
Landmark. Which is just a credit union.
Right.
And like, I'm just like.
So you ended up not buying it. And that was like the end of it.
Yeah.
And I always find it really funny because if you really wanted it that much.
It brings up my biggest flaw.
You could have just done it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have taken that much work to have made, like, bought it.
It really goes to show my just, like, willingness to give up.
No, you know, I mean, you know, like, you keep going, like, I gotta get in at this, and you're like, okay, why didn't you?
I think that I'm stealing this bit from somebody because I've heard somebody else kind of go along with it before. But, like, I think that we, like, reward and get too happy about these never give up attitudes.
Okay.
But people don't realize how nice it is to just give up. You know what I mean? Like, you fall in love with a girl, she doesn't want you. If I could just give up on that, life would be a lot easier. Sure. Never giving up isn't always good. Me, I always have a give up.
Yeah, it is
attitude.
weird that you accept with things that you definitely should give up on.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely should give up on many girls that you have in your head. Sure.
And they're still up there.
I know.
They're still playing out through my dreams.
Also, why I like the mentality of like, oh, if I would have gotten, like, you can literally say that about anything. Like, you could have been like, God damn it, I was thinking of the lottery ticket numbers 8678325.
But the issue is that I have like literal proof of it.
Okay.
Because like I was texting T-Voss as I was trying to get in.
Yeah.
So like that's where I like it. Whereas these other people are just like, they were all talk. Like the other people are just like saying, oh, this and that. I have literal physical evidence.
The people that were all talk, they all said they made like a couple grand off of it.
They didn't make a couple grand.
That's what I don't want to actually say who it. I'm not going to talk about their financial stuff, but
yeah.
One of the guys I think is reputable that actually made a couple grand off of it.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some people that have made money off of it, but like, dude, I'd be to the fucking like right now.
That's what I'm talking about. If you wanted it that much, you can't stop saying.
But all I'm saying, right? It's so easy for you to talk right now. But if I would have done it, you'd have to put on a fucking spacesuit to talk to me, you motherfucker. Because I'd be at the fucking moon.
You could
bitch.
Right now. It's at like 40 cents.
Yes.
You can just buy a fuck ton of it right now.
With what money?
You can just buy a whole bunch of it.
My bank account, single digits.
Oh, speaking of that, you owe me $100.
$100. No, that's easy money. Don't worry.
I got it in the bank.
All my money, it's elsewhere.
It's tied up with Joey B right now.
It's tied up with Joey B. And also a couple offshore accounts that I have.
Yeah.
A few offshore accounts that I have. Just a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can still buy Dogecoin. It's still sitting there.
Hey.
You also could leave your bank and go to one that would work with Robinhood if you wanted to so much.
No.
Yeah.
They kicked me out.
Which one?
The banks.
Landmark?
Or
all of the banks?
All the banks. You get stolen from a couple of times. They don't want you.
One bank doesn't want you. The other banks, they'll let it slide.
No, there was like one other bank where they were like partner with Tri-City, I think.
Okay. How many banks are partnered with that
But
one
this
bank?
one was so because for a while I was off the grid. Remember that? Do you remember that era of my life?
When you didn't have a bank account?
Yeah, and I just carried cash. I'd have like
your solutions for things are so stupid.
it was so funny. There was one point in time where I literally just it was in my sock drawer. I just had $4,000 of cash, and that was my bank.
Very cool.
Because I literally had nothing else, and it was so stupid.
You're like a kid who grew up in like the Great Depression era. I just don't trust the banks. It's not backed by anything.
No, I just don't.
Except it's just fueled by laziness.
It's not that. It is fueled by somewhat laziness.
Yes, it is.
And the reason why I have my bank is also because I had a loan through them. So I literally technically already had an account.
How many
set up.
people bank through a credit union?
A lot of people.
Like as their primary bank.
A lot of people.
What do you got the interest rate in your savings account? Not that it really matters, but
50%. Every dollar that I put in there after a month goes up 50 cents.
pay you 50 cents.
That's my offshore account.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I still need $100.
Dude, if I pull out now, it's like me pulling out a Dogecoin.
I know. I mean, first you have to get into Dogecoin to pull out, but yeah. You're right.
And you know
Good
me, I never
example.
pull out. But my laziness has affected me a lot.
Yeah.
I'm at this point now where people, what's the number one question that people ask you after they haven't seen you in a while in this, like, these last few months?
God, why did you look like that?
Right. They say that to just me or everybody?
Oh.
I'm saying like when
anybody?
any person goes like, oh, are you,
What did they say to me?
like every person.
Dude, you were looking good.
Well, what they normally say like, dude, how do you fit all that meat in those jeans?
I know. Well, I've
You
been
know?
getting that since I was young.
Yeah, they're like, are you on brick or are you just that hung flaccid? And I go, I'm a little bit on brick right
I didn't really get it when my teachers were saying that shit to me.
Yeah, well, for
It took me a little bit.
they asked me like if my beef's on brick, and I go, what does that mean?
I know. It took me a little bit to
Yeah.
understand. But I mean, nope, it's all natural, baby.
Yeah, it's all natural. No, but there's one question. You don't see somebody for a long time. With everything going on, what do you ask them?
What the fuck you been doing during COVID?
Kind of close.
Yeah.
Or what else do you ask them?
Oh, have you had any COVID love? You asking what I ask people?
Are you vaccinated?
Oh.
That's the number one question that like gets thrown around.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
people
Yeah,
or
double vax, got my
double
J&J,
vaxxed.
about to get my third.
I'm on my 6th J&J, baby.
They can't stop me.
fuck gin and OJ. I got gin and JJ, baby.
Yeah, we got that J&J.
Sheesh. But the vaccination thing gets brought up a lot. And to go to my laziness, I keep on getting asked, are you going to get vaccinated? Are you going to get... And I told one of our friends, I don't know, maybe. He goes, I feel like you'd be so pro-vaccination, which my political views do lean towards, like, I'm pro-vaccination, but I do like making fun of autism.
Sure.
So, like, I'm in this middle ground where, like, people should get vaccinated, but it's a lot funnier to say that you'll get
We were
autism.
hanging out with some people who weren't going to get vaccinated, and they were like laying out their reasons, which I disagree with. But you like to take that person's side, so you were on there, said like, "Yeah, I'm not getting vaccinated either." And I was like, "You're not getting vaccinated because of laziness. It has nothing to do with this point."
Yeah.
And it made you feel like just because you wanted to go anti-me, but you're not anti-vax, you're anti-me.
Yeah, pretty much. And well, no, because the day before too, I was just with Pfeffer. We were talking, and he was like, "Are you going to get vaccinated?" And I was like, "I don't." And he was the one that was like,
"Yeah, I know.
You feel like you."
I know.
And I go,
"You don't need to give me context. I know who the person you're talking about."
Then it just came about. It's just like, I was like, I mean, if somebody came up to my house, like Joey B came up and was like,
hey, I got your check for the week and also your vaccination.
and here's your vaccination. I'd go, all right, I'll get the vaccination.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking send it.
Yeah.
I'd take it. That's fine. I'd just do it. You know, but
I mean,
am I really going to leave the house?
the Wisconsin Center is like, I guess, rapid quick. And also the J&J is back on the table, right?
Okay.
I've already gotten 3 J&Js, so like if you just get one, you should be good to go.
I mean, if they pour that shit up with some gin, I'll drink it, baby. Sheesh. That word, we've been saying it a lot.
Not me. I actually never said it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't really say it.
But
It's not really my it's not my world. I don't want to take from those kids.
true. But it is, we do this thing where like we hear something, we start saying it ironically. And then it just starts becoming like our everyday
Yeah,
thing.
sure. Yeah, I think a lot of people do that. But yeah.
So, I mean, I've been saying it quite a bit, at least in
Sure.
general. We go golfing yesterday.
Yeah.
We have these kids next to us golfing.
Yep.
And on Mike's backswing, some kid goes, sheesh. And I have never, like, I've seen you tackle kids,
Yeah.
trip kids.
Sure.
But I've never seen any person want to murder a kid more than Mike.
He doesn't like children?
Well, because he on his backswing, somebody said, sheesh. And
Oh,
he missed his
because
golf
of it?
swing. Fucked up his golf swing.
Were they watching him trying to do that?
I don't think so, but they just said it at the perfect time.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Did everybody laugh at him?
Well, I laughed really hard.
Big golf guy now, huh?
Me? Oh, huge golf guy. Yeah.
Huge golf guy, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do a little tease for our next week podcast. We are probably having a guest. I'm putting it out there. That probably means we're not going to have a guest. But I'm excited for this one.
Me too. It's very possible that we don't get this guest.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Nobody famous. Nobody anybody
spoiler,
knows.
it's Greg Marcus.
No, I know. If we ever were to get Greg Marcus, I mean, I think we'd have to do it on an off day. It's just like, it would probably be like a 2-hour. It's going to be,
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be no
You think we'd have popcorn, right? If I had him on, I'd cover this whole couch in just popcorn.
Sure.
Just like,
I mean, and that's not even the worst that this couch has been covered in.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's been covered in fucking jizz and cum.
Yeah.
That is funny to think about. This guy watches every single one of our videos, but I don't think he finishes them anymore. He just gets in, comments on them. But one of our friends,
Sure.
and I'm going to put him out there
Yeah.
because this fucker tried calling me out the other day.
Yeah.
Had a couch, just blow loads on it.
Sure.
And this fucking
Why,
thing,
yeah.
I don't even remember what the color
What
of the
makes
couch
you want
was.
to bring up this story?
Because I was talking about coming on the couch.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Also, I have another story about that guy.
Great.
Just would blow loads on it and then throw a blanket over the couch like nothing happened.
That's just like an elementary, like a young kid kind of a thing. Because when
I used to fuck a sleeping bag.
when you're young, you kind of just blow loads, and your thought process of like the load, you're like, it'll kind of handle itself.
That is going to be a weird process when like at some point, because it's also like now we go, oh, our dads knew.
And our moms.
Maybe moms.
Definitely moms.
I don't know because like
Who do you think does the laundry? Your dad?
my dad did though.
Oh, well, your dad definitely know. My mom do the laundry. Yeah.
But like also, I mean like here's the thing. We're going to know strictly off the fact that like I've blown loads. I'm going to know when my son's going to start blowing loads.
Yeah.
And I'm just going like
Ignore it.
it's going to be it's so weird the dynamic that you have.
I
where
never
you-
really had a conversation with it. Did you?
Yeah, no.
Just kind of.
I had one time where I was jacking off and I had the door locked, and it was like the first time that I got locks on my door. Literally the same exact day, locked it. Literally, he barely even walked away. I just started fucking cranking that motherfucker, and my brother sees it, knocks on the door. That my door is closed. Knocks on it, and he goes, "His door is locked." My mom turns up. Comes back up the stairs. They're both knocking on my door. I go, I'm trying to sleep.
You couldn't stop.
Couldn't stop. I come out and I'm fucking dripping head to toe in cum. I'm just drenched in cum and sweat.
I think, is this a weird thing to do? Okay. You have a son, right?
Yes.
I have a son.
That's weird.
What?
You're going to teach him how to jerk off?
No.
That's fucking weird.
No. What if I said, hey, dude, your shit's crusty. We know what it is.
Yeah.
Toilet paper exists. Kleenex exist. Just throw it away.
Yeah.
Is that a weird thing to say? Because I never had that thought as a young kid.
No, me neither.
Like the disposable. I always did it into blankets, into socks, into like...
It is weird, too, because, like, you go, oh, I don't want to have Kleenex by my bed or, like, toilet paper by my bed.
Go to the bathroom.
Because then they'll know.
Right.
You know? And, like...
Make a trip to the bathroom.
Yeah, but, like, dude, it's so much nicer jerking off in the comfort. I can't blow loads if I'm standing up.
What does it have to do with Kleenex or tissue?
Where am I? Am I going to lay on the bathroom floor and just fucking?
No.
What are you telling me to do?
If you have a box of Kleenex, for example, you have it by the bed.
Exactly. But as a kid, you think, oh, if I have a box of Kleenex by my bed, everybody's going to think I'm using it to jerk off. Which is very weird.
Lotion by my fucking...
Yeah, it's a weird thought in general, right?
Yeah.
It's not right because when I just got like 40 socks at the foot of my bed and they're fucking all like hard as rocks, the people know what that's for.
Yeah, that's way more obvious.
It's so obvious, but then like but in everybody's mind they're like, oh, I can't have Kleenex or lotion by my bed. Everybody's going to think I jerk off. Hey, we know you jerk off.
Also, I've never used lotion, like besides like Vaseline. One time. Yeah, Vaseline. I've told you that.
Yeah,
I don't use Vaseline anymore.
No, you should start getting your girlfriend to use Vaseline. Like before you guys start like,
how much time do we have on this podcast? Before
you guys start fooling around, you should just like, hey, you don't have sex, and as you go to like, hey, go for a handshake. Like you don't have some sex. Wipe some Vaseline off on her hand and be like, start it up. And just
let's ride,
just
baby.
let her start cranking your hog. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I have an idea.
Or pre-cover your dick in Vaseline.
You know, I love talking about fucking and coming as much as the next guy, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I constantly hear about, you know, when comedians are talking about like the dark ones, the people that are like clean comics on stage, but they have like demons, you know?
Bob Saget.
No, Bob Saget's like a filthy comic.
Okay, like Bill Burr.
Oh, like Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
No, like a Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay.
Or like Bill Cosby's the most obvious one. Something like that, you know?
Yes.
Behind closed doors, Jerry Seinfeld's having sex with a 16-year-old when, you know, he's 38. Shit like that.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Cool shit.
What do you think that is that people don't like to talk about the filth and like the disgustingness, but they still like to do it?
I don't know, because it's so weird to me. Because when you tell me to stop, hey, you're swearing too much, or this or that, or hey, come on, cool. All I think is like you're pretentious.
Yeah.
Like, why is that like so off-putting to people? I
guess it's also a Southern thing with swears. Like Southerners just don't swear as much as like people in the North.
Let me say it. I mean, I went to South Carolina. I said fucking.
But they also don't
fuck.
They also don't consider the N-word a swear, so like that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
That's weird.
That where like the N-word is the number one no say here.
Yeah.
That's the only.
But there, I mean,
A-okay down there.
It's like, hey man, what's going on? Like it's.
Yeah, that's their. Rather than saying fuck, they had the N-word to everything.
It's their filler word.
Yeah, that's their filler word.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I noticed that because my girlfriend's sister and brother-in-law are from like the South, and I think we were just FaceTiming them, and like I was just like swearing casually because I just like who doesn't swear around here, and I think it's just so like less common that it's it's startling almost to just hear fuck all the time, but I had no idea.
Yeah, but it's startling for us to hear the N-word all the time.
I know. I didn't get to bring that up.
Yeah. Like, if you're talking about only pecans and fucking the N-word, I just don't know what to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, where do we go from there?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just never liked that. Like, even like don't swear on a golf. Like, that's a new thing. Like, don't swear on the golf. It's like,
what?
I'm going to say fuck, suck, and cum all the time. Like, oh my God, I'm about to fucking come after I like hit a putt.
You can't swear on the golf.
I mean, like, it's golf etiquette. There's like
what?
There's golf etiquette.
Those kids say sheesh.
Sheesh.
Hey, what
we weren't on the golf course.
What is why? How come there's so many TikToks? I mean, this is a little bit old. It might be 2 weeks old.
Of the baby?
Of parents saying sheesh.
But they fuck it up.
And that shit bussing, but they can't say it.
Yeah, they never say it right.
That shit.
That shit bussin'.
No, you're even like saying bussin' right. That shit it's so off.
Yeah.
And then they say respectfully.
Yeah, I don't know why that was like a big thing, but yeah, people were having that.
Their parents must be faking it, right? Because you can't.
I saw this one guy that would make his mom do stuff, and like she'd fuck up the sheesh, and then the next shot would be like a camera underneath both of their faces, and they're like staring each other down, and he'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He'd scream in his mom's face, like,
"That's cool.
What the fuck are you doing? You're so fucking dumb." Which
that's what I said to my mom this Mother's Day.
Yeah, I mean it. Happy Mother's Day. You fucking emails?
No, but what I did do this weekend was I finished Twin Peaks.
I don't care.
Let me give you a quick.
Everybody gets a pass each week. Pass. We got back into Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I'm fine with this one. We can talk about this.
Yeah, and
you are jealous that you're so far behind in terms of levels compared to everybody else?
a little bit. But
I knew it.
But I
knew it.
I care about the game a lot less than you guys. I like that we're back in it, and I'll open it up every now and then. But I'm telling you, I'm fucking opening up fucking Pornhub and OnlyFans way more than that game. And you guys, I don't think any of you guys have seen titties in years.
I know. So, like, if we're not really competing with that, then...
Yeah. I see way more titties than you guys consistently.
Yeah, we...
You guys see the same pair of fucking tits all the fucking time while playing Pokemon Go. Me looking at a new pair of tits every day. You know what? Sometimes I'll see 8, 20 pairs of tits a day. You, one pair of tits.
Can't we just talk about catching some Pikachus, man?
Besides T-Rog,
Can't you...
who also sees about 20 different pairs of tits a day.
That's funny to me.
Yes, but no.
The little inside joke there.
Yeah.
Let's reel it in.
Okay.
Let's button it up, man.
You want to talk about Pokemon Go?
You're the one who brought it up.
I mean, I'd rather talk about fucking and coming and sucking.
I know, because you do it so often.
It's my favorite thing to talk about.
What is your thoughts on the game that we've gotten back in?
It's
as you play with that spring.
I don't know why springs are on this thing. Like, what does this thing need a spring for? You know what I mean?
It's like
if I take
it's to maintain tension with this
stability or something, or I don't know. I think that they're useless. I go no springs on mine, but
okay.
So like, I'll say this is okay. Yeah, it keeps tension.
That's what I
so
just said.
That's what these springs are for.
I know that,
and you might not have known that.
That's what I. Okay.
I lost that spring.
Well, I guess that's why you're gonna go to the podcast. No springs now.
We're springless. Fuck. Oh man.
This is really what you wanted to do?
Yeah. So I'll say this is I went into it not reluctantly, but I did go into it, and I'm ashamed of myself.
Why?
Because I had a boomer mentality
of what?
For a short bit.
A Pokemon Go?
Yeah, where I was like, this game was just better when it first came out.
Oh, that's really wrong.
I know.
That's
but that's
wrong.
how like everybody
yeah.
Call of Duty was better back in the day.
Why did you tell me what your thoughts were before you went into it? Because I knew all the stuff they had added.
I had no idea what
you haven't played since 2016, which is like 5 years ago at this point.
Mm-hmm. And for me, I was like, it was fun then. It played,
but
it
was shallow.
There was only so much that you could do.
You literally could only catch Pokemon and put Pokemon into your into gyms and battle, sorta.
Yes,
it was really but it was bad. Everything was bad.
Yes, there was nothing really that great about it. It just was fun, like when it first came out.
And it was super glitchy
to travel around and get some shit.
Yeah,
get a bigger Pokédex than your friends, which I had the biggest by far. And it wasn't even close. I think that the next closest was 3 Pokemon behind me.
Okay.
But in my mind, I was like, it played itself out.
There's lost the allure.
There's nothing. It lost its allure. There's not really much that they can add to this game to make it that what are they gonna do? This is my thinking. What are they gonna do? Add more Pokemon?
Yeah.
Which if they just did that, I would not give a fuck.
Yep.
Because especially Gen 2, I'll say it. I fucking hate Gen 2.
What?
Gen 2 fucking sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
Gen 2's good.
Garbage. Not a single good Pokemon.
Gen 2 is one of the best like sequels of all time.
One of the worst. You're trying to put that up there with Kill Bill 2, you dumb fuck.
Yeah,
You fucking idiot.
Yeah. It's like it improved on every single thing of like
except for the Pokemon in it. There wasn't a single good. Here's the thing.
You don't like Tyranitar.
The only Pokemon that I like,
Houndoom.
Cyndaquil.
You don't like. What about Chikorita?
Chikorita is good too.
Totodile?
No.
You don't like Fur Alligator?
No.
Okay.
The evolved forms of Chikorita too.
Yeah, you're right. Suicune, Raikou, and fucking
the dogs
and Entei suck.
Entei is good. So there's 4 good Pokemon.
Lugia and Ho-Oh.
Lugia's good.
It's a good generation.
Ho-Ho sucks.
Okay.
There's so many bad Pokemon. Legitimately, outside of like the ones that I
Smeargle?
Dog shit.
You don't like Smeargle?
No.
Are you out of your mind?
Garbage. None of them are better than the Kanto.
None of them?
No. Except for Entei.
Yeah, because you really
Entei is like one of my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, because Muck is really like just so much better than all the other fucking Pokemon.
It's good.
Yeah, give me some Mr. Mime.
Give me the beady eyes. That's what I want.
You're out of your fucking mind.
It's so good.
Generation 1's my favorite, but you're sleeping in Gen 2.
Gen 2, I fucking hated.
It is so good. And that theme song, the Generation 2 theme song of the cartoon, hot take, better than the first one.
No.
Better than the original.
No.
It's a fucking banger.
I didn't even watch Pokemon then either.
You're insane.
Never would.
Gen
2 sucks.
You're a hot take machine, but man, this is the hottest of the hot takes, and I think you're off like crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate Gen 2 so much.
This is one of the biggest takes that I think it's so wrong.
I
Pokemon Crystal is amazing. Heart Gold or Gold and Silver, great games.
I don't think I've ever made it past the second gym
That's insane.
because it's just that garbage.
Anywho, let's
Do
go.
you have that game?
Yeah,
I'll play it today.
it's on the DS.
Yeah, I'll play it today. Is it remastered at all or no?
Yeah,
Is it?
Heart Gold.
Why would they remaster that shitty fucking game?
Yeah, I mean I have Heart Gold.
Okay, I'll play it.
Okay. But that means I have to transfer. I get to transfer the Pokemon up
What's that mean?
because I have Heart Gold, which is like it came out on the DS it came out during the Diamond and Pearl era.
Mm-hmm.
If you play through it and you beat them, I get to transfer the legendaries up
That's fine.
to my current era.
That's fine. But
Okay.
I'm telling you, I probably don't make it past the second gym because it's garbage.
Okay.
It's dog shit.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, Gen 2 is just not good. Gen 3, that's the one that I like, right? Emerald and stuff.
Emerald is amazing.
Yes.
I think it's like the best I think it's just like the.
Yeah, it's the best.
I think it's the most complete game. It has great legendaries. It has great starters. It has such a wide variety of Pokemon.
Even the Pokemon in it, it's the first, like, that's the biggest issue is that the Pokemon in, like, the main Pokemon are all right. Like, Chikorita, good. Cyndaquil, good.
Totodile, great.
Dog shit. The dog, Entei. Entei. Just that one.
Suicune's great, and Raiku's great.
Can both suck cock.
Okay.
Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them can deep throat my fucking dick.
Yeah.
I'll throw peanut butter on my balls and those dogs can lick it.
Umbreon sucks. SPN sucks. Those are the new EV evolutions.
Yeah.
You don't like them? Umbreon and Espeon are better than Flareon, Leafy.
No.
Umbreon and Espeon are better designs than Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon.
Moltres, yeah. My Eevee turned into a Moltres last night.
I don't think that's a hot take. I think the Dark and Psychic EV evolutions are better than the Fire.
They're not bad.
They're good.
My issue is like the middle Pokemon, like the ones that you run into in the wild and stuff. They suck.
Amphos? Is that one?
Amphos? Yeah, that's... Oh.
You don't like Amphos?
I hate him. That's the electric type one.
Yeah.
Dog shit. Give me Voltorb every single time. And that's
Voltorb?
that's literally a Pokeball that shoots lightning. That's how dog shit Amphios is.
Or
whatever his name
Let me
is.
think. Okay, Tyranitar is good.
No.
What? Wow.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that Pokemon.
Let's go back to talking about this. So now you get back into Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like,
all
what could they add? Just a more Pokemon? I'm not
I
coming
don't
back to
care
that.
about
Okay,
that.
now here we go.
Yeah. So then I'd get it. there's actually quite a bit of stuff to do. You know,
raids are great.
And I have like a bunch of money that I spent on it like back then. Just
right, so
cashed in on that.
A decent amount of coins in the game. 500 coins are like the in-game. It's like the microtransactions. That's how you get the currency, and then you can buy like egg incubators, which lets you hatch Pokemons more, or whatever. Hatch eggs, whatever. There's like raid passes that like let you battle super strong Pokemon, like legendaries or like just good Pokemon in general. You can buy that. So you had like, what was it, 4,000 coins?
Yes.
That you just had in the bank?
Yeah. It allows me to buy everything about like 10 times over.
Yeah, I don't know how much money you would have spent. It's crazy that you spent all that money and gave up on the game pretty quickly. And you were spending it for Pokeballs, which like...
At the time was the best thing to spend on.
No. Egg incubators.
It was that and incense.
Incense maybe, but incubators as well.
Because the thing was, getting a high level Pokemon meant nothing at that time.
Yeah.
It was useless.
The thing is, though, like all of the attributes of strong Pokemon were in the game. They were just like hidden or like
meant nothing. They didn't do anything.
Gym battles were the only things that they mattered for.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing was completing the Pokédex. So therefore, Pokeballs had such a high value on them. But
you could just like walk around and
you couldn't get that much.
Yes, you could.
I couldn't because I wasn't walking around.
That's the correct answer.
Yes.
Because I never had to buy Pokeballs and I never felt like I had to run out. If you just walked around,
you ran out enough to be really fucking far behind me.
Not really.
Yeah.
You would just go out, like, you would go out and, like, sit on spots longer than, like, other people.
No.
Yeah.
Smarter.
Just smarter.
Better Pokemon trainer. Be a way better Pokemon trainer than you. Do you ever think about how, like, shitty Pokemon is at its core, though?
What do you mean?
Like, how shitty Pokemon trainers have. I was telling you this the other day when you were playing. Like, if you think about it, right, and you break down the world of Pokemon, like, those trainers that, like... aren't even challenging gym members. All they're really doing is dog fighting, right?
Yeah.
Like they're a Michael Vick without the platform at this point.
Except their whole culture is revolving around it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's all, they're like, oh, hey, I'm going to fucking let this, I'm clearly going to lose this match, but I'm going to let my Pokemon get its fucking ass beat.
If you really, like, break it down.
Like the mailman's throwing out his Pokemon to go get its ass beat.
Dude, the bug catchers. Dude, yeah. My 6 Butterfree, no, not even my 6 Caterpie are going to beat your Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, and Dragonite.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh no, now I have to give you all of the money I have.
Yeah. Like, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
And how shitty these people have to be to just be like, you know what, Butterfree? I'm going to let you get burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
Get out there, fucker.
It's also weird that this whole, like, Pokemon, the whole world... is to be the greatest Pokemon trainer. There are some other jobs, but like,
yes,
generally you want to be able to like battle anybody and beat whoever.
Yeah, unless you have pink hair and ponytails, all you're doing is fucking fighting Pokemon.
So it's weird to me,
or healing Pokemon,
that every single game, there isn't like the champion is like the only person that has like different type Pokemon because like all the gym leaders are like one type. They're like monotype. Yeah. All the trainers you meet are generally like the same type. There is like nobody in the world who thought like maybe I should diversify my team.
It is.
How is everybody dog shit at Pokemon?
Yeah. It is very fun.
Every single person up until the last guy is dog shit.
It is. Am I wrong? There is gym members that carry on through the games or no?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like
Misty,
Gen 2 is, like, legit great because it's, like, a legit sequel. It's, like, all the people you play in Kanto, they have, like, progression to the next game. So there are gym leaders that, like, you will face in Gen 2 that have, like, similar Pokemon or different, and, like, they have grown as people.
Yeah, and those same people were like, hey, this guy had a diverse team, whoop my fucking ass.
Let's continue on with this.
Let's keep my water type Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me keep on throwing fish at you.
Sure will.
Oh, hey, my rocks aren't fucking hurting you. Let me double down with Rock Monster Dude.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know why they do that.
it's very stupid. Yes. That is, the monotype is very goofy to think about too.
You know, I wish I actually for a Pokemon. I mean, I have so many issues with Pokemon.
Yeah.
The biggest one is that you really can't. Pokemon needs to come out on like a consistent cycle because it's not even just like the highest selling video game franchise. Like, it doesn't. It's like if you take any franchise ever, like movies, comics, video games, music, nothing pumps out more money than Pokemon. It's the number one franchise. It beats out everything.
Except for Trojan condoms.
Except for condoms.
Yeah.
So that's where you have issues where the games kind of always are the same. There's really no variation to it. Some are better than others. Like, you love this new one, and like, admittedly, it's like, it's good, you know, but they're not like great, you know.
So do you think that my take would have pissed off? Because my brother had a bold take, in my opinion, where he said that Sun and Moon was one of the best Pokemon games.
My friend Nick loves Sun and Moon. He thinks they're great, but I hate them.
Do you think that I would have pissed him off by saying Gen 2 fucking sucked?
I don't know. He might have not played like Gen 2.
Oh no, my brother was like a Pokemon collector, dude.
So maybe he did. I don't know. Yeah, Gen 2 is really good. But realistically, I wish if they could like restructure gym types, like, because there's so many Pokemon now, right? There's almost like 1,000. You can have the gym be like an all grass type, but make it like the good ass grass type. You know what I mean? Like Rillaboom, the new grass starter.
Yeah.
Throw him in there. He's good.
Yeah.
Right? Throw fucking
what is that with also, like, is there a reasoning, is it ever explained in any of the games why you only see the starters at the start?
No.
Like, outside of you,
I mean, if it's explained, I'm not a Pokemon historian. I don't really know the stories.
Yeah, I know that, especially with this most recent game. You had no idea what was going on.
I just ripped through it, you know. I don't really give a shit, you know.
Which is funny because I don't even think that you go through them fast either.
The story? I cranked through this game in like a week.
That game took me a day and like 2 days, and I'd like followed the whole story.
Yeah, it wasn't hard. Super easy.
Yeah.
What's the story? I mean, the story is that you're just becoming the greatest. I mean, Pokemon training has become like a sport, right? And like, the bad guys are not really bad guys; they're just like haters, right? They're Team Yell. They just yell at you. And then like, the chairman is just, what the fuck is his plan?
He's trying to recreate the Day of Darkness.
Okay.
To restart like over.
Great.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then you stop him, and then you're the champion.
And you fight the champion.
Right.
Yeah.
What's this? I mean, the story's not that compelling.
It's not, right?
Yeah.
But like, it's weird that you like crank through it, but you don't really crank through the Pokemon game.
Why not? I cranked through it.
You played it every single day for like a week.
Okay.
And like a long time each day.
Okay.
So like, it wasn't that like you speed ran through it, but you did literally have no idea. Like, you'd walk into the other room during the fucking like cutscenes and just press A.
Well, yeah, you don't go into like, when you play a Pokemon game, you don't go into, you specifically don't explore.
No.
Like, you don't go into buildings to find like,
no.
You've never used an item before
ever.
So like an item like leftovers, which is fantastic.
I've used some items, like,
right?
Like the ones that I'm just given because I've got given
right.
Them. Like, there's like
but
the share XP and stuff.
You won't go out of your way to get like,
I'll use Moonstones,
TMs,
or like Lightning Stone, or
what, to involve your Pokemon.
Yeah.
But you're not using like a Life Orb or like a Focus Sash or leftovers.
Don't need them.
Assault Vest. These are like legit great items that like are a staple for Pokemon games.
Garbage.
You don't know what the Battle Tower is?
No.
These are like, have always been in Pokemon games. They make them fantastic. They're fun for like the end game of it. No interest to you. No, you just go like, keep cranking. Just go right through it.
Like, catch all Pokemon.
So when I say I'm cranking in a way where I'm grabbing. I'm not getting like, I 100% games, but I'm getting like.
I do something that's different than you though, and like where I like play more of the game.
What?
I use different types of Pokemon. You will get a team, and that's all you use.
I'll stay with the same 6 the whole time.
I'll like in between gyms completely change up my team.
That's crazy to me.
Really?
Yeah, I will from the get-go, I will look at a list of all of them, create like a team that like covers the weaknesses, and then run with it. And I will only use the Pokemon that are from the new generation to get like to feel like, okay, let's see what this game's all about.
Do you have a least favorite Pokemon game?
Probably Sun and Moon.
Talk shit.
Yeah, I hate it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Sun and Moon or Black and White, but people like Black and White a lot, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Gen 5 I was really tuned out for, but I watched a Let's Play on it.
What's Gen 5?
Black and White. Okay. And it got a sequel. I mean, most Pokemon games do not get sequels. They got Black and White 1 and 2. Or yeah, Black and White 2.
Really?
Yeah, it was Black and White and then Black and White 2.
Is like the game good?
People liked them. I don't know.
What's Gen 4?
Diamond and Pearl. And Platinum.
Really?
Yeah.
That came after Emerald and...
Yeah.
Really?
Where did you think that came?
Before.
What? I'll hit them off all red, blue, and yellow.
Okay.
Gold, silver, crystal.
Okay.
Sapphire, ruby, emerald, platinum, diamond, pearl, black, white, 2. I think there was, so I don't think they ever did like the third game. You know how like they do like yellow, crystal, emerald, platinum. I don't think black did that shit.
Yeah.
X and Y.
Mm-hmm.
There was no X and Y.
There wasn't a third.
Oh, dude, they never did like a Z or anything. I don't think they did.
That is weird because they did have it just there for him.
I know it was like primed up. Then you had like Sun and Moon, and then they did Ultra Sun and Moon, which I didn't play any of those.
Yeah.
I have Sun and Moon. I have both of those games. I bought like the deluxe pack, and I couldn't get past the second gym.
My brother made me, because he likes Sun and Moon so much.
Yeah.
He made me buy the DS that was like themed for it.
Right. What happened to it? Sold it?
Gave it to my nieces.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Don't need it.
And then now there's this one, Sword and Shield.
Yeah. Do you like that they moved off of the minerals or no?
What are the minerals? What do you mean?
Just like gold, silver.
Oh.
Emerald,
well, I mean, it started with
sapphire.
red and blue and yellow.
I guess.
So, you know.
Crystal. Diamond, pearl.
Yeah, I know. Once they got off of Diamond and Pearl, I was like, what are they going to do? And then they just did Black and White. And I was like, oh, they can just name them whatever the fuck they want. It literally does not matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pumped that we got back into Pokemon Go.
They are coming out with this new game called Pokemon Arceus, which is like
an MMORPG.
It is looking very promising because a lot of the issues that we have with Pokemon is that they never take any risks, and it's always the same game with like slight variations, slight tweaks.
Mm-hmm. Would you like a gearing system in Pokemon or no? Like outside of just the singular item.
I don't know what I want from it, but I just want like a complete... I want to feel excited to play Pokemon again.
Like what if you could throw gear on like your Pokemon?
Who cares, you know?
You wouldn't want that?
If it's interesting and fun, that's all I care about, you know? I'm not a designer, right? Yeah. But every game that I get...
Everything I wear is designer too.
It's just the exact same shit, you know?
Yeah.
And I want them to take what made Pokemon great and find a new way to bring it into like the current world. Like just make it a modern game. It feels like outdated to me.
Yeah. We didn't even... Did you do anything this weekend?
Yeah, Twin Peaks, but you passed it, so we skipped it.
That's it?
That's it.
You just sat around and watched TV all weekend?
I have a lot of takes on Twin Peaks, but we're not doing it.
How was Cinco de Mayo for you?
It was great.
We celebrated Cinco de Mayo.
It was great.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
You got,
not surprising, spoiler alert, got hammered.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, you thought I was upset with you because you had a bad dream that I was mad at you.
Yeah.
And also because I wasn't hammered, you just assumed I was angry or something.
Yeah.
But I just didn't get hammered because I had work in the morning.
Yeah.
And it was Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, my dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was blacked out like early into
Pretty early.
Yeah, pretty early into that night.
Yeah, not many people else were. I would say nobody else was.
Nobody else was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I woke up the next day to like text messages in a group chat that I'm in, the Horny Boys.
Sure.
And it was just Tebow, one of our buddy Tebow, going, somebody needs to get the big guy. This guy's going crazy, crying emoji, crying, laughing emoji.
When I left, I just told them, I was like, hey, last time I left him this hammered, he got robbed. Just like, keep him.
Yeah, I mean, you should have just taken me home after margaritas.
I kept saying to you, I was like, yeah, let's just go home. And
I even said that. I wanted to. But
yeah, but you ran into one girl, and you were like, well, now I have to go exactly where this girl was. Yeah. So you like forced your way to get there. You made everybody go there, and then the girl never came. Yeah. So then I was like, I'm going home.
Had to see about a girl.
Then she was never there.
Well, it was the Horny Boys were getting me all fucking worked up.
I know, you were just fucking bricked up.
Yeah,
dude.
my beef was fucking fully bricked. So, yeah, it was nothing really even wild happened that night.
Yeah, I kept just telling them. I kept telling those guys, I was like, hey, this guy's about ready for a nap. I'm about to take him home.
Yeah.
And you kept giggling at that, but you wouldn't come home.
Yeah, it was really funny because, well, it is really funny when it reminded me of one time I came home after golfing really drunk. Like I got drunk the night before,
Yeah.
went golfing.
Yeah, well, if you wake up before 10 p.m. or 10 a.m., you're going to be a little sleepy.
4 days in a row.
4 days in a row, you've woken up, before 10 a.m.? Wow. New leaf, huh?
6 a.m. one day even.
Yeah.
6 a.m. 2 days.
I mean, waking up early doesn't mean shit to me. Like, if you're using it for something, I guess that's cool. But like,
dude, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Picasso is fucking calling. How much time we got on this? Damn, 4 minutes.
We got 4 minutes left.
Picasso is knocking on my sphincter. He's like, "Hey, motherfucker, you ready paying some fucking balls?" Is that what Italians sound like?
Can I do my little Twin Peaks thing? It's gonna be quick.
I have no idea what that show's even about.
I will give you a quick.
Okay, who's in it?
There
Patrick
is
Harris?
literally nobody famous at all.
Okay,
in it.
Go.
It is not just like a small. It was like a monster hit of a television show. Came out in 1990. It ran from 1990 to 1992, and it was such a hit. I mean, the main girl cast covered the Rolling Stones. The main actor, like, hosted SNL. Like, Mike Myers did like characters from it. Conan O'Brien's in the background of a sketch because he's a writer on the show. I mean, it was huge, right? And then the premise of the show is a girl named Laura Palmer gets murdered, right?
Okay.
And the idea is how does this small town deal with Laura Palmer getting murdered? Who did it? They have this FBI agent who comes in to try to solve the murder. So the idea...
Don't spoil it because I might watch it.
I'm not going to spoil anything.
Okay.
So as the show's going on, as my girlfriend and I were watching it, around season 2, it just plummets, right? It just becomes like, I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, this show that I like loved watching, it just becomes like dog shit, right?
Okay.
And it's because you figure out who kills Laura Palmer, right?
Okay.
And I was like, why would they solve them? We have like half a season left. Like, what the fuck are they gonna do, right?
Yeah.
And towards the end, it starts to pick up again, and then it just ends. It's just 2 seasons, right?
Does it end well?
No.
No.
But then there's a movie after a movie tie-in, right? And so the show ends, and then there's a movie.
Like El Camino.
Yeah. So the movie ends, right? Mm-hmm. And also Laura Palmer, the girl who gets killed, she's like not in the show
At all?
like never.
Okay.
She's only just talked of, like, this is who Laura is. She, like,
is she an important person in the town, or is she just like Because it's such a small town.
She is the homecoming queen, right?
Okay.
And she's very well known.
Okay.
Everybody in the town like has an idea who she is.
Okay.
And everybody loves Laura. But she's like literally not in the show. Like the actress is, you never get to see the actress play Laura ever.
Okay.
Also, there's like weird there's weird shit going on. There's like demons and like spectral shit and like different dimensions. Shit's interesting. Gets good.
Okay.
Anywho, so the show just kind of...
And it's not about Back to the Future at all?
No.
Okay.
Show just kind of ends, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't worry, there's like a movie. All these storylines are going to get resolved, I'm assuming. We watch the movie. It's a prequel. It has nothing to do with the end of the show, right?
Really?
It's all about Laura Palmer's last days before she gets murdered, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get to see her life leading up to it and like what happens, essentially. So like Elizabeth and I are watching it and we're like, what the like, this is it. This is the show. Like this, it's just 2 seasons. It just like falls off a cliff. It just ends with like no resolutions. We're like, okay, we get a movie. It's a prequel with all this information that we already knew. And we're like, what is this?
Really?
And apparently, so David Lynch is the head guy. He's the guy who does the show.
That name sounds familiar.
He is like a very famous filmmaker.
Okay.
With like movies that I've never seen. But he's
name him one.
Eraserhead.
Name it.
Blue Velvet.
Name one that's known.
Dune.
Okay, yeah.
There you go. So
the original Dune or
the original?
Okay.
Apparently when the show became a hit, it was on ABC.
Yeah.
And into the second season, ABC was like, solve the murder. But the creators of the show were like, no, we're not gonna, like, that's the bedrock of the show. We're not ever gonna solve the murder. It's just gonna keep going. Because there was other mysteries within the show that they could like deal with that didn't have to like, they never had to solve the murder.
Yeah.
But ABC was like, solve it.
There was probably a lot of fucking in that city, huh? Lots of fucking and sucking.
A whole bunch. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
I can't even, it's crazy.
I know that.
So the studio just meddled with it.
Small towns always fucking suck.
And because of it, David Lynch left the project for a little bit. And then like the boat just veered off.
Mm-hmm.
And like it just goes in this weird direction where eventually it starts picking up a steam again. And when David Lynch is like, okay, like, let me do, and he ends with directing like the last couple episodes, and he kind of like fixes, like he gets the shit back on path, and you're like, okay, this is where the movie's leading into, that he directs. Mm-hmm. But he just doesn't. What I found out about David Lynch is that he just doesn't give a shit about you,
other people's thoughts,
you as an audience. He just cares about what he cares about, which is he fell in love with the Laura Palmer character. And he's like, we've never got to explore her character. Let's make a movie about her and the things that she had to deal with. So if you look at it from that perspective, the movie's like, it's better.
So it's not like El Camino at all.
No, it's not at all.
Because El Camino was a great film.
I set it up like that because like that was my my assumption is that you're going to go in and you're like, oh, it's going to continue on the story, but it doesn't at all.
No,
it's it was such a wild ride.
So it's a suspenseful show. I should watch that then.
It's such a wild ride.
Is it a girly show?
No, it's an indescribable show, and I honestly think you won't like it.
No.
No.
Why?
It's just so different, and it's weird, and you just keep watching it. You know, you're like, God.
Did Elizabeth like it?
Loved it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if I will watch it.
And after watching it all, it's just, I'm glad I get to watch it.
Is it better than Breaking Bad?
No. Not even close. I mean, not even remotely close.
Huh.
But it is like, it is what you know how like television nowadays is always cinematic? Mm-hmm. This is the show that started doing that. Because during the 90s television shows, like soap operas were like a huge thing, you know, like Now We'll Be Back with like the Love Letter Invitation or whatever the fucking soap operas were called. I don't know soap operas, but you know how like they would play really dramatic music when like soapy
yes
shit would come on. Twin Peaks was kind of parodying that a little bit. They do similar-esque shit, but they're kind of like tongue-in-cheek about it. Like, they know what we're doing in the show.
So they're self-aware.
Yes, and the director, David Lynch, he brought cinematic elements to the show with, like, lighting, framing, things that, like, television just never did at the time, which is, like, just, like, synonymous with how... I mean, look at Breaking Bad. That whole show was, like, a fucking movie.
Pretty much, yeah.
That didn't exist before Twin Peaks. So that's really what the show is, and that's why I watched it. And I'm really glad I get to watch it and finish it out, because it's such a weird blip in pop culture.
So you don't think I like it at all?
No. Mm-mm. No, I don't.
Not even like the stories?
No way.
Really?
No. It really falls off in season 2. It fell off so hard that it became basic. Like, you don't even know what it is.
It's worse than Lost?
I've never watched Lost.
Me neither.
So, yeah, maybe. But it fell off so much in season 2 that, like, nobody even talks about it anymore.
Huh. But season 1 people were sucking season 1's cock?
I mean, it was like everybody needed to know, like, Laura Palmer, who solved the mystery. Did we make it?
Yep, we're there. 105. Hey. All right, time for me to fucking call
That's Picasso. My Twin Peaks stuff.
Yep.
See you later,
Picasso
everybody.
Time, baby. About to paint some fucking balls.